Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. My name is Junaid Shahid, and in this video I am going to explain you how you can migrate WordPress theme in your ASP.NET Core application. When I recall WordPress theme, it doesn't mean the separate theme, it's mean the existing theme of WordPress framework. So we are just migrating WordPress framework theme in our ASP.NET Core application, because we are developing a more advanced and featured version of WordPress in ASP.NET Core. So we need the existing theme. So whenever we will give this solution to any WordPress user, that can easily adopt, because user interface will not change, but the feature get changed in the backend, such as you have a notification feature in the ASP.NET Core application, but it is not available in the WordPress. You can create a complete role management and user management system in .NET Core, in which you have a whole power, but you can't in WordPress. So you can create a great ERP system in ASP.NET Core application, but you can't implement that in WordPress. You have to depend on the third-party libraries, but in .NET you can develop that your own because you are a developer. So the basic scope of this video is to clone HTML, CSS, JS and plugins which are used by the WordPress framework in our application. We are going to create a basic layout which will give us a user interface of WordPress admin panel, or the dashboard which come across right after the login of the user. We will get one-to-one communication between WordPress and our application to compare that what is the advantage of WordPress and what is the advantage of custom built ASP.NET Core application. Let's see in this video. So this is our application of WordPress, and I'm going to log in this application. Oops, it's 1 2 3 4. So now I am getting login into this application. Beside this application, I am using Sublime, in which I can expand the structure of WordPress website. Our main purpose is to clone the theme, and for that we need to understand what is the basic structure of this application. Until we are unaware of structure, we are not able to clone the theme. So this is the application, and it is loaded under the web name and WP admin. When you will open your WordPress website in server, there are these three folders: WP admin, and you have to open this, and by default index.php is executed, which is this. Here you can see there are some basic functions which are required. If you know about some PHP, you can read and understand what this means. This is the custom function which will load the whole dashboard. These are some pages which are included and loaded. These are the help tags which are visible under here. So here you can see welcome to your WordPress dashboard, and here you can see here it's written. Okay, and here I will see custom dashboard and save it. Then I will refresh the page, go to help, and here you can see how it's get changed. So this is the basic structure, and we need to clone this theme. We can easily clone. There are simple things and two essential things which you need to clone any theme. First is the style, which is CSS, and second is the JavaScript. So we first of all we will copy paste the whole HTML in our application layout, and then one by one we will click the link and copy the file information and place that into our styles and script pages. Then we are able to develop our next module on these themes. So here is our application I have opened, and now under the view we need to create our own custom layout in which we will place CSS and styles for our WordPress theme. So right click here and you need to add razor layout. Click here on add, then from view you can do that, and you also can do that from new item. Or the best practice is to add the layout under the shared folder. As you can see, there is already a custom layout, but sorry, the default layout, but we need to create a custom one. Add new item. In the new item you can search for razor, and here you have razor layout. Select this, and here you will select the name layout WordPress. Okay, and add this one. Now the next phase is to copy the whole code from the WP admin. Copy this and paste that under the newly created layout page, which we named as layout WordPress. First of all, comment this, and I will discuss this later in the end of the video what these things are. Simply paste the code. Okay, we have pasted the code. Now it's time to replace their references by our own references, such as, if I will expand this, okay, we will copy style sheets and scripts. So this is the style sheet, the first style sheet. What we will do, we will create a content folder over here by right clicking and click on add folder content. So this folder is global and easily accessed by the client side. Now right click here and add a file, new item, and select search for style. So here we have style sheet. Name it default and add. When it's get added, simply drag and drop that here. So we have so we have this style sheet address, and we are going to replace this one. So we can easily select this and comment it, save it. Now go to your browser and search that file here, which is first one. Now open it into new and copy all the generated code and paste that under this file. Okay, that's good. Now the second thing is to generate an other style sheet. So right click here, again do that process, add new item, search for style, and here you have style sheet 1, which you will named as main, and click on add. Now you have another style sheet. Now same what we will do, we will drag and drop something like this and comment the next one as this. Okay, we have comment it out. Now again we need to paste a code in this file, which is this. So open the next source file which is this. Okay, this one, style sheet. Or even you can simply copy WP includes and paste that under your application. So let me remove this one, delete, and also remove its reference from here. We will simply replace WP includes. Okay, uh, after the content, what we will do, we will open our folders. So here is the folder of my application of WordPress, and here I have WP includes, in which these things are available. Okay, all the things are in PHP and so on. What we will do, we will only import that things which are important. Okay, so under the content, I will create an other folder named as WP includes, and in that folder I will create a JS folder, and in this JS folder I will place all the JS available here. Okay, simply select, drag and drop under this folder. The files which are on the first level, that can be included directly, but the files which are placed under the second or third node, such as nested in subfolders, that are not directly included. You need to do something like this. You need to exclude this and then include the whole. By this, all the nested files are automatically added here. Now we just need to replace this reference first. So either we can search and drag and drop here, or either we can use a shorthand for this, such as remove the whole. First of all, remove the whole, then use this hyphen, and we also need to remove this comment. Okay, so right after the hyphen or this dash, you have access to content. Okay, such as, let me do this, or you can simply do that by selecting the right file and place that here. Okay, so here is the whole path which you need to use here. Content and WP includes, and that's it. So this style sheet is get added directly in your application. Now you just have to follow this step as whole. Let me also include the whole CSS folder, which is this. Drag it and drop under WP content. Now all the files are automatically built under this, and these are the files which are available. Okay, that's good. Now I just need to replace the reference by this. The rest will be the same. I don't need to change anything else. So this is the simple way to migrate your theme. Now one by one I have to change that. In the quick way, what I will do, I can simply search a prefix and replace that easily. But for the main scripts such as load script and load style.php, or any file which is come across on the client side from PHP, you have to do that manually. For the script, I have to generate a new script under the content, because this is the main part, and here I will search script and JavaScript file and javascript.js. Add this file, drag and drop it on main page like this. Okay, and copy or expand this in the new tab. So here is the script which I have searched. Copy this one and paste that under script and save the whole page. Now the next step is to remove the unnecessary reference, which is this one, and you can change that. It is relevant to the SEO. It is not relevant to the development of the application. Now one by one you have to read the each line of code, because when you are migrating a theme from existing application which you don't know how works, like WordPress to ASP.NET Core, and you also want the same dashboard, same theme, then you have to read that manually. That's why we are doing this. Even that we can use any theme from theme forest and develop our application on that, but in this way we will get out of the track of WordPress. So to show the relativity, we are using WordPress theme, and that's why we are doing this hectic approach to migrate references one by one. And here we have, okay, this is the logout action. We don't need to do that right now. We will create a custom function for that, and these are the URLs. Okay, we just have to search CSS, style sheets and scripts. Okay, we just need to found that first. The rest of the application modules, pages and custom functions, which we don't need to remove right now. Okay, these are the links only. These are the images, author, and this is all the different information. Okay, in the global market there are two approaches which are used mostly. You will observe all the CSS and style sheet files are included either on the top, either on the bottom, or either on the both. The most developer used to place CSS files on the top and JS files on the bottom. So if you are relative to these approaches, you can easily go to the bottom and search for the files. As you can see from here, script tag, all the things are get changed. Okay, I have already explained you that if there is any source file which is loaded by the PHP, we have to do that manually. Okay, we will create a load script under the content, a JS file, add item, script, JavaScript, and we will use it like load script. A new file get created, and in this file we have to place all the load custom themed script. Go to the bottom. Here you are in the bottom. On the top we have this load script. Okay, let me check, is there anyone else more? So the script tag is started from here, and this is the login which we don't need, and this is the custom load script. Copy these functions, place that under this and save it. Now come here, comment this reference and drag this reference here. Now the next thing you need to do is just replace some references, such as copy this one, then Control Shift F to search. Okay, you will say search in the current document, go to replace, find this one and replace with something like this. Okay, oops, here, this content, then the next is WP include, oops, that's it. Now replace all. In the current 14 reference are replaced. Okay, that's good. Okay, now you can see these references are automatically get changed. Okay, so you don't need to be worried about these things. If there is any .php file which is loading some scripts or CSS files, we need to worry about that. But if there is any direct CSS and JS file, we don't need to be worried about that. So this is done. Now to validate that, we will use this layout in our view. So let's see what is the controller which we can use. We will use the home controller. Go to this, go to index page, and here it is. Now what we will do, we will place a layout tag here. It is really simple. You just need to write layout is equal in double quote and drag and drop the layout which you have created under this quote and remove the unnecessary information, which is this. Oops. Okay, so that's good, or even that you can remove this thing too. So this page is get ready. Now we can execute our application and test how it's look alike, because our purpose is to migrate a theme. If you have migrated the theme in the layout, you can utilize that into any page which you will create in the future. So this is a very easy approach to clone the WordPress default theme on which you can place development modules. So the application is now executing, and after executing we can get to know is our hard work is correct or wrong. If it is correct, then that's great. We can work more harder in the next video, in which we can create some real-time modules with the help of WordPress theme and .NET Core features. Okay, here we have two little mistakes. The first one is we need to uncomment the above one, which I have said you to explain in the end of the video, which is the render body. The render body is used to place the code of any page in which you will utilize this layout. The render body is kind of a virtual body which comes from the page. Like if we are using this layout in the index page, then the code of index page will be placed under, or replaced by this automatically by ASP.NET Core or any .NET framework like MVC, ASP.NET, MVC, or 2, 3, 4, 5. So copy this and replace that with the main body of our this theme. So search for dashboard, which is the default page, h1. Now this is the main page. These are two divs which we need to replace with this render body. So the code of this page will be visible in this area to render the body of child page. So this is the parent page and this is the child page, which is inherited by this parent page. So save this. Now the second mistake is that in the ASP.NET Core there is a root folder in which you have to place this public folders. In the ASP.NET MVC you can place that on the main root, but in the .NET Core you have to place that in the www root. The references will be the same, they can easily accessible, but www root is public for client and all other are private for client. So we can use that internally for our own references, but we cannot use that for the client references. So that's why if we will execute this application, the CSS JS files are not able to be loaded and they will give you 404 error, which means file not found. So you need to place all the public CSS JS libraries in the www root folder, which is designed by ASP.NET Core 2.0 to onward, or even that it's from .NET Core 1 version. So you place these files here. The reference will be the same, which are started from the content, and now you will execute the application and you will not face any kind of error. Okay, you can see our ASP.NET Core application is executed, and wow, it's look great because this layout is working under the ASP.NET Core application and we have a now full control of this application. It's just look like a WordPress, but it's not a WordPress website. It's ASP.NET Core website, and we have achieved our purpose of this video, in which we have to migrate the theme of WordPress into ASP.NET Core application, and we will use WordPress theme and develop WordPress module, but as a next level featured application. We can extend this application up to our own logics. We can create a real-time chat, real-time notification, and more advanced and worked application in the market. This is the open source application. You can also contribute in this, and you can get this theme or integrated this theme from our GitHub link, which is available under this video. I hope this video is really informative for you. We have successfully migrated WordPress framework theme in our ASP.NET Core application. Our next step is to develop modules on this theme, which we have integrated in our application. If you like this video, don't forget to share it with your friend, subscribe our YouTube channel, and don't forget to like us on Facebook. Take care, bye bye, have fun.